You know, Ed, we have a lot of information out there about the triple guarantee.
Sure.
Share with us what's the best part of the triple guarantee.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that I'd like to kind of get across about the triple guarantee. I would say first and foremost, I don't think we're good enough company-wide in spinning it. I don't think it's practiced enough. And I think it's, the real value I see in it is, in my opinion, in commercial sales, we are in the gap replacement business where we have to take business away if we're doing this job right from folks that maybe didn't call in. We got to take business away from competitors in situations where maybe the customer didn't call us. We've worked our tail off to get appointments, and then we have to create value, and we have to convince that customer to come with us. Now, granted, we're going to ask for more money typically, but I think we get hung up oftentimes that the reason that they don't change is because we're more money. And I would suggest to you that all of my time doing this and talking to some of our top producers, the hurdle and the biggest objection you get is not price. I think it really comes down to status quo, or we haven't teased them enough or given them enough of a safety net that says, hey, come on over and try us. And if you're not happy, we're going to make it right. And I think that's the fear. I mean, everybody's afraid of change. You know, there's cottage industry. Who moved my cheese? Change is constant. Blah, 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 blah. Everything's changing. All that kind of stuff goes on. We're faced with that every day. We're adverse to change personally, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had the same auto insurance company for like 20 years. And I know if I picked up the phone and called Geico and spent 15 minutes, I could save 15%. But I haven't done it because I got a comfort level and it's just not worth the effort to change. But I think when you get a chance to get in front of a customer and you get a chance to tell your story, yeah, you're going to ask for more money, but don't get hung up on that. Where the real rubber meets the road in earning their business is overcoming that status quo, telling them, look, I get it. Maybe you're not tickled to death with who you have, or maybe you weren't even aware of some issues you had in your pest control program until I got in and kicked the tires and opened up some of the bait boxes or took some pictures for you that I showed. But at the end of the day, it hasn't been enough for you to call me, Miss Sonia. I had to call you. So let me explain how we handle change. It's been kind of bumping along for you okay right now, and here's where I think we hit the triple guarantee home. We just simply tell them, look, we get it at Orkin. We get it. It's not easy to change vendors. You know, you've had the same guy or the same gal coming through your place here for the last couple of years, you told me, right? There's a comfort level with that person. Whether it's great service or not great service, you know them. So you think about that, we're going to change. So in the back of your mind is, you know, if we change, it could get worse, right? I mean, you should point out some things that, you know, certainly point out some things that were challenges that could be improved, but what if we came in and did it worse, right? So what I like to tell people about our guarantee is that we really step up and put our money where our mouth is. We tell you, we get it at Orkin. It's not easy to change vendors in a commercial establishment. You probably have a couple hundred vendors that you deal with on a regular basis, and I'm guessing you don't change them all the time. But what we're willing to do and able to do here, we're going to tell you, look, if you're not completely satisfied with the service or the results that service renders after 60 days of working with us, we're going to do something unheard of in the industry. We're simply going to give you all of your money back, and we're going to give you the monthly fee to bring Ecolab back in here. So basically what we're saying is we are so sure of the work that Tim Lamont, our technician, is going to perform for you here, that we are so confident that if it doesn't work and you aren't completely satisfied with the service and the results that service renders, we're going to give you the 60 days you paid us back, and we're going to pay to bring the other company back in. Now to the fine print, you have to know we expect you to pay your bill.
That's right.
And we expect you to kind of tighten up some of those things we talked about in the sanitation that I shared with you earlier. That's all you're on the hook for. Pay your bill, tighten up the couple things we talked about, sanitation, creating that true partnership we're talking about. And if you're not happy after 60 days, all the money's back. We transfer that risk to us. We're that confident in what we're doing. And I think oftentimes when I talk to commercial customers, that's their biggest fear. Even if they say it or if it's not mentioned, it's their biggest fear is changing vendors. We're going to make it simple for you. We figured that out a long time ago. That, I think, is the key to the triple guarantee. Yes, we've got all the different things. We'll reimburse for meals. We'll reimburse for room stays. We'll reimburse for all these different kind of things. We'll show up within 24/7. You know, we'll do that for you. You know, all those kind of pieces of the guarantee that kind of tag in at the top. You know, the 24-hour response and, you know, getting back and doing the reimbursements depending on what industry you're in. Those are all super cool. But when you look somebody in the eye and say, we are so confident in the work that our folks do, that you can trust us. We put our money where our mouth is. If you're not completely satisfied with the service and the results that service renders after 60 days, we're going to do something unheard of in the industry. We're going to give you all your money back. Now, isn't that the kind of company that you want to do business with? Doesn't that make you feel a little bit more comfortable making the move to us? I think that's the general consensus of the guarantee. Again, you got to practice it. You know, I don't do this for a living. You know, I don't know that was good or bad or different. I don't do this for a living anymore, but I know that through time and talking to all of our top people, that it's getting over that status quo, because we all end up with proposals to where, and you've had them and I've had them, and that guy, they're still out there, where the whole time I'm going through, the customer's going, oh yeah. I love it. You know, the old dog in the window, bobbing their head saying, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. We really like it, Ed. We really like it. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. And then they go just flat radio silent, and you never hear from them. And I don't think it ever really comes down to price. I think it comes down to they didn't have the confidence.
That's right.
That, you know, they were just worried about change.
That fear of change.
Think about how everybody's wired, you know. And I think oftentimes when we think about change, oh boy, it could get worse. No, my wife's that way. I'm the opposite. But fear of change is real, and we have the document to overcome it. Figure out how to spin this. This will make you big dollars. And I think it's the best bullet in our gun commercially. Well, just don't worry about it. We got you. Fair enough? Status quo, not price. Forget that it's price.
That's right.
It's status quo. That's your number one objection.
That's right.
Cool?
Good job.
Good deal.